welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video is all about the 1799 halfpenny. But before we jump into the facts, please subscribe, leave a like and hit that bell. So let's jump in to some stats, figures and facts about the 1799 halfpenny. So here's the coin itself. First off, let's take a look at the details on the coin. Around the edge we have some detail. In the middle is Britannia, seated on the shield, holding the trident. Along the top it says Britannia, and underneath it says the date, which on this one is 1799. This is the other side. In the middle is a portrait of King George III, and it says his name on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side it says De Gratia Rex, which means by the grace of God, and basically means he has been chosen to be king by God. So now you've had a look at the coin, I'm going to be talking values, mintages, and things like that. But just before we do that, I'm going to take a bit of time to talk about the date. So let's get into that. So as you've seen from the title, thumbnail, and the coin was minted in 1799. That makes the coin 222 years old as of 2021. Now that is crazy. Crazy. So let's try and put that into perspective. On our YouTube analytics page, it says that most of our viewers are between 15 and 20, meaning they're pretty young, kind of like us. So for people like us, you might think that the 90s is a while ago, back in the old 1990s. That was a long time ago, and yeah, it was, to be honest. But imagine going back 100 years from the 1990s. Then you'd be in the 1890s. But that's not enough, really. We're going to go back another 100 years. We're going back in time to the 90s. We think that's old. We're just jumping back in hundreds to get back to 1799. In 1799, they had no idea about germs or any really science. They had no technology, nothing really like that. It was horse and carts, dung in the streets, and a bit primitive, really. Back then, people wore things like this, and it's a really cool thought for me to think how many people have touched the coin and how long it's been around. So, that's just a bit of backstory on the age of the coin, which is incredible, really, and actually, it's my oldest coin, as of 2021. But, now, let's talk figures, facts, mintages, and values. Here we go. First off, the value. The value varies massively depending on the quality, but because it's old, it's still worth quite a bit. So, the worst quality possible for this coin would be worth £10, and the best quality possible for this coin would be worth £500. So you have to sort of scale your coin against that. Now, if we look at mine, it's not bad, let's be honest. It's alright, really. So you might say that one's worth about 50, maybe a bit under. So roughly £50 for the one I have. Now, for the mintage. Because this coin is so old, they did not record the mintage. Basically, back then, if they needed coins, they made them. They didn't, calculate the demand and respond with, however many they needed and record that. Back then, if people needed some halfpennies, they made however many they needed, roughly, and just chucked them out into circulation. So no one knows how many of these there are in the world, which makes them very rare. And let's just say, for simplicity's sake, they made 100. Over, the 250 years it's been around, a lot of those are going to be gone, really. So it's less than what it was now. Less than what it was then, now. So it's a bit of a mystery for the mintage. So unlike coins today, this coin is solid copper. These days, pennies and the coppers we have in our change are actually steel, coated in copper. But back then, it was solid copper. Another interesting fact is that the old 1799 halfpenny is the same size as the classic pre-decimal penny. Looking at these coins, we can see that the penny and the halfpenny have consistently been getting smaller as time passes. Now, the newest of the halfpennies and the oldest of the pennies have been superimposed, because I don't have any of those in my collection as of yet. But nonetheless, we can see the trend of these coins getting smaller and smaller. The last fact we'll cover today is how thick this halfpenny is. As you can see, it has got quite a thickness to it. And again, the old pre-decimal penny here is actually quite thin compared to this chunky old coin. So there we go, the big old 1799 halfpenny. Comment down below if you got this coin in your collection, or if you would like it. And there we have it, everything you need to know about the 1799 halfpenny. As I said at the start, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and hit that bell. But until the next one, signing out from Bits and Bobs.